And I'll also record it just for we need the peanut butter for making it.
We don't need it, but it's going to be a topping. I'll tell you about it later.
Good day.
Hello.
We got some extra milk sitting around. I don't ever have extra milk. I have to go acquire it. And then I couldn't acquire a whole gallon because I purposely have a teeny fridge so that I don't have stuff go bad. Because I tend to buy way more or get way more. Go to the food pantry and get like big quantities of stuff and then be way more than I need. So I purposely have a small fridge, at home. But I also live in a teeny house.
Yeah,
So, um,
I
all
don't
right.
really like milk, but I like cheese. So,
Can you tell me what made you decide to use this or wanted to share
what?
this bit? What made you decide to share this recipe with?
Oh,
Yeah.
um, just for sustainability reasons, really. Everything in the kitchen can be used and reused, and you can use every portion of whatever ingredient you have. Um, and when the pantry had a surplus of milk, I thought, what better way than to teach people, well, if your milk is going bad or you want cheese, like a nice smooth ricotta cheese, it's a super cheap and easy way to make cheese. And then when the milk separates, you'll pour the acid in and it separates the curds in the whey. The whey is really high in protein, and you can use it to bake your cakes. You can use it for protein smoothies. You could use it as just a liquid replacement for pretty much anything you're making. So it elongates the life of the milk and it gives you more. So
Um,
that's kind of why I wanted to share it.
Absolutely awesome. How about we start heating the milk because that takes a little while, and then we can talk more about it
Yeah,
while
it
it's
takes
heating.
about a half hour.
Yeah.
This is one of those set it and forget it, but you also don't want to forget it too much because milk is sensitive and you don't want it to scorch. So you do kind of want to babysit it. You want to have it at a medium low temperature. I've got a thermometer. Not everybody has access to a thermometer. So I'll kind of show you ways that you can gauge the temperature of your milk without the thermometer.
Now, I actually did experiment at the food pantry when we had absolute excess of milk. I grabbed 10 gallons and
Uh-huh.
I set them, I kept them in a commercial fridge, but um, once a week I would open it and taste it and smell it and use it. It wasn't until week 7 past the use by date, no, week 6 past the use by date that it started having a slight smell but no discernible taste. And then with that one, I used a little bit of acid, vinegar or lemon juice to
Uh,
make the cheese. And then on week 7, I didn't have to use any acid and it just made cheese. And so at that point, I just made cheese with all my extra milk. But it was 7 weeks past the use by date before it was um, a discernible taste. And now I didn't do any, like, I don't know, scientific testing of it, but it was sealed. It was in a commercial fridge, so a little higher quality. You know, the fridge wasn't open and closed as much as a residential fridge, but use by dates are made up by the manufacturers.
They are. It's the scientists' best guess about when the food should go good or bad by.
Well, that would be better. That means scientists actually did a study. In Oregon, I just read that they have banned manufacturers from putting best or used by dates that is not backed by any scientific anything. So manufacturers just say, hey, people aren't buying enough of this. Let's shorten the use by date. It's, kind of a conspiracy that's based on truth. It's um,
Yeah.
now some industries, they have expiration dates. So if it says expired, that means it's backed by, from what I understand, an actual study. Um, but if it's just, this one says best if used by, and it, usually it's just made up. Now, my mom used to make, my mom used to claim that you can make cheese even from powdered milk. I've never tried that. Have you tried to make it from powdered milk?
No, but I'm sure you can.
Um, but I mean, I have used just like, the shelf stable milk in these containers. I've used canned milk, which, of course, it is evaporated or canned milk, not sweetened condensed, of course, but even evaporated milk, it tends to come out sweeter because it's a concentrated milk. But
Yeah.
uh, what is your recipe for making cheese?
I just heat the milk to about 185 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I add an acid. Um, but you probably saw me making a little concoction of peanut butter. So that's going to be a topping for the cheese because
Oh,
this is a really versatile uh, ricotta that we're making. And it is my favorite fresh, hot with some honey. And then I love peanut butter and I put some applesauce because I don't have fresh apples.
my favorite. I agree with you on. Mom used to, growing up, we had an excess of milk because we had dairy goats. So we would
Uh,
just during certain periods of time, there was a lot of milk, and so mom would make lots of cheese. And my favorite is cinnamon raisin. Like it's just, I don't know,
ooh,
just you when the cheese is hot, you mix in. Um, Ideally, you soak the raisins so they're like, not super chewy. And you can
uh-huh.
soak them in if you want to get really wild. I probably, as an adult, would soak them in like rum something or some kind of um, flavored something instead of just water.
Yeah.
And yeah, while the cheese is hot, mix um, mix your flavors in. Of course, mom's probably most popular flavor was probably like garlic and Italian seasonings that people bought from her.
Oh, yeah. You could do this like garlic parmesan and
Yeah, I
make
mean,
it really fancy.
yeah, I mean, you can, it's it's like tofu or I'm trying to think. It's a blank slate. I probably shouldn't use
Yeah.
tofu as an example, but it's a blank slate. Um, it is tasty because it's, rich, but it also doesn't have very many flavors. But what are some flavors you like to do, or do you
Well,
butter? I've never thought of that. That's awesome.
what?
You said your peanut butter flavor. Like, I've never
Yeah.
thought of that.
Oh, yeah. It's so good. I can't wait because my mom bought me this special honey, and I've been trying to find ways of using it. Uh, this one is cloister honey, lemon, whipped honey. And then it's made in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it also has lavender, but I'm not really a fan of lavender. I'd probably put this in a tea. But I'm gonna make the cheese with peanut butter, apple, some of that honey, and then I have sunflower kernels. Or I prepared some fun facts about this for you.
Before you go all in there, you said you had ways to figure out the temperature without a thermometer, or how to figure this, because
Yeah,
find my thermometer anywhere here.
okay.
As I got a half a dozen at the commercial kitchen, but I don't see one here anywhere.
So it takes about a half hour, and what you want to do is keep it on a medium low heat so it doesn't scorch.
So at
But
one to
you want
10,
to,
like a 4.
yeah, I have mine on a 3. You'll look for smoke, like it'll start to smoke.
Well, mine's already steaming.
Really?
If
How long
that's,
have you had it on there for?
but I had it at 6. So
Oh my God. Yeah, you don't want it on a 6
yeah,
because you don't want to burn the bottom.
that's it's starting to stick a little bit on the bottom. So I turned it down to a 4. But let me see
Yeah,
here.
that means it probably scorched a little bit, but
Let me
that's okay.
scrape really hard on the bottom and see. Nope, there's no,
No, don't scrape it.
huh?
Don't scrape it.
No, I wanted to see if, okay. I wanted to see if, because it's, when I go to stir it, it feels a little rough on the bottom, like it's, starting to, like, um, but when I scrape that down there, no bits
Yeah.
come up. So,
Okay.
yeah, fun facts.
Oh, you want the fun facts?
Yeah, just like,
Okay. Milk contains several proteins, but casein does most of the work. So 80% of milk protein is casein. So when you add the acid to the hot milk, the casein proteins lose their electrical charge and stick together, forming the curds. 2, heat helps proteins unfold. So when you heat the milk to 185 to 195 Fahrenheit, it denatures the proteins, making it easier for them to coagulate once the acid is acid.
I think it also makes it easier to digest. She, I know a lot of people who are lactose intolerant that can eat
So that's my
cheese
fun
a little.
fact number 5.
Okay,
Whey, that's okay. Go on. You can I paused because I was like, oh, I wonder if he has stuff to say about these.
oh, I always can say stuff. But
Yeah.
a reminder, if you go back to some of our past shows, we have how to make apple cider vinegar just with apple scraps. So this can be literally a recipe of stuff you would throw away, right?
Yeah.
That, oh, this milk is bad. Well, no, you take it, make cheese.
Okay. So, number three, acid changes the milk's pH. Lemon juice or vinegar or an acid lowers the pH of milk to 4.6, the isoelectric point of casein. At this pH, casein molecules no longer repel each other, and instead they clump together into the curds. Uh, Ricotta is an example of acid coagulation. So, unlike cheeses like cheddar and mozzarella, which rely on rennet enzymes, ricotta uses acid and heat to separate the curds from the whey. So that's one of the things that I haven't really been able to do is make mozzarella or or cheddar
Yeah, where
because
you
I don't really have a readily access to rennet.
yeah. Um one trick I've done not having a thermometer is I know that I'll put just a little bit of vinegar in it, and so basically let it slowly heat up, and then once it reaches that temperature, it curds, right?
Oh, that's clever.
But I just the thing is you have to know. So once it reaches the right temperature, you slowly pour the vinegar in until it curds. The other way, you could make it too sour, right? Because it's based on how sour the milk already is. Now, I personally know that um, 1 quart of milk is this particular vinegar is just one little cap, is usually enough to start the curding process. Um, or I want now I forgot. I almost never use lemon juice. It's like two um, caps of lemon. But of course, it's how sour the milk already is. So if the milk isn't sour at all, that's how much I need. Um, I actually made my mom a shirt that says "No way," WHEY, because mom used to make so much cheese because we had um, so many goats and we had so much milk during spring
Yeah.
that mom didn't waste the whey ever. Once the cheese separates, what's left behind is a liquid that still has some cheese, still has a little bit of, would you say, casein,
Yeah.
um, but it tended to be sour because mom wasn't really fine tuning the. She would just pour some in, and then it doesn't matter how sour it is. She just pours some vinegar in, and then bring it up to a boil without, not a boil, bring it up to temperature
Yeah.
without um, a thermometer, and it will curd at a lower temperature. Um, the sour it is, but um, so yeah, that way once it's hot, it's still got some protein in it. Mom would make stuff with it, like soup or just pasta, not waste that heat and not
Uh-huh.
waste nutritional value that's still in the milk. So
Oh,
not
yeah.
throw away any of that liquid. And in some cultures, that actually is um, a drink. I forget what it's called, but it's like, um, yeah, it's that way, what's left over. So, what were some tricks? The only trick said was when it starts having some steam come off of it.
Yeah. And then I was actually going to suggest taking a small bowl, like I have this right here, and then scooping a little of the milk out and adding an acid and testing it out that way.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then,
So I don't know if you see it, but I'm steaming. It's at 124 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, look at mine. It already is separating. See,
Did
in
you
my
add the acid?
yeah, I put in my bowl, but I put, I couldn't put a very small amount for this bowl. So this was like probably a half a capful just for this bowl. And you can see it completely separated
Yeah.
there. So
I
I'm
wonder
gonna
where my kosher salt is. I
I'm
don't
gonna
want
not
to
waste
use
this
my
and just
regular
pour it
salt.
pour it right in here. But see, there's the cheese already. That'll be very sour. But I don't know if you can see where I poured that vinegar, that little spot is starting to curd already on mine.
No, I don't see it
Mm.
because my camera is up and away, so that way you could see what I'm working on.
Now I do recommend pretty regularly stir it because you'll start getting like a film on the top,
Yeah,
and then you'll end up with some chunkiness into it. Um, but
so I'm at 132.
yeah, I feel like I could curd mine already, but I'm always pushing it too quick. Let's see, but I know I have a thermometer here in a special place somewhere.
It's always in a special place.
With my ADHD, I have like everything kind of hung up in sight, but that my thermometer doesn't have a way to hang up. So,
Get a magnet, attach a magnet.
well, oh, that's a good point. I do have, uh,
Oh,
I do
Dash
have
has
a
something
magnet
to
for my
say.
knives. I can put it up there. That's see. I don't know if, well, here I can turn the camera. See, there's the magnet strip there for my knives. So,
Oh, nice.
thermometer there.
What kind of thermometer do you have? Is it one of these?
No, it's just a probe. The the
Oh,
the low tech.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just a metal probe with a temperature dial on the top of it. But yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
I have, I think I can get you something that's in my craft bucket here. Ah, sorry, I dropped something.
It's exciting. We got 3 states here now. People and people are logged in from 3 states. We got some
Oh, who's all here?
regulars here, so that's cool. But
Oh, here, I have this for you. The next time I see you.
it's like,
Ooh, one of these. Where are you? You can hang the probe. See how there's a slot right there?
yeah.
Could hang the probe in there.
Oh, good. Yep, and I know exactly where I'll hang it here too. But
So,
I rarely use. I mean, this is one of the few things that um it is so much easier to make with the temperature probe because like I just bring it up to 190 um and then shut it off and then slowly add my acid. Um, and it's hard because the at least for me, the acid is depending on how sour the milk is and how strong your acid is. So like um, apple cider, this particular apple cider vinegar tends to be really, really strong. If you get like a red wine or tends to be weaker, and then lemon juice, the older it gets, the less sour it is, it seems to me. So, um,
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for more fun facts?
oh yeah.
Uh,
And you call this ricotta cheese. I always called it farmer's cheese,
I like the sound of farmer's cheese,
you know.
but
Or
ricotta in Italian means recooked
oh, okay.
because
There you go.
we're
Fun fact. I never
basically
knew that.
we're basically reheating the milk. It was already heated when it was pasteurized. And then drain time changes the temperature. So if you drain it quickly, it's a soft, but like the longer you drain it, the more dry it gets.
Yeah, you can if you get a cheesecloth and then hang it up. I used to
Yeah,
always come into mom's kitchen and she'd have like a cheesecloth hanging up, dripping over a bowl. But what she did is, while it was hot, she'd mix the flavors in it. Like you have your cheesecloth bowl set there. So she pour it in there and then she'd mix the flavors in while it was hot and then hang it up and let it drip into to you know harden, thicken.
yeah. While I was in culinary school, I had cheese hanging up all over the house. My mom was kind of pissed off about it. But
It's
that's
just
what they call in India. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Paneer.
paneer, yeah. And then I
Yeah,
mean, if you go to the store and buy paneer or queso blanco is the Spanish version or Mexican
yeah.
of it. It's just fresh made cheese. So, but all right. I'm so twitchy. I so want to like just start pouring. I'm gonna wait until yours comes up to temperature.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm stirring it is here, I'll show you. I have, let's see, a little piece. Can you see that little piece? I mean,
Yeah.
the little piece of that was it thickened on the top, and I didn't stir it fast enough. So it's um now one trick. I used to just dump it in there, and you'd end up with some sour. So I found out if you pour it on your spoon and kind of sprinkle it around, you don't get spots of sour cheese. Because, but right
I'm a
now
little
it's
upset that
start
I can't find my kosher salt.
it's starting to bubble. Like it's not boiling, but it has little bubbles popping up
Yeah.
every once in a while. And then
You might
that's
want to lower the heat just a tiny bit if you're
and
seeing
then
those
if you
bubbles.
look around the edge, there's a few bubbles. And then
Oh,
that's where
that's the foam
yeah, it's
from
that's
like if you get a latte. And I think that foam is delicious. That's steamed milk. So I try to save some of that and put it on the top of my mixture. It's so delicious.
it's just like but I think part of it
Uh,
is um I put it right before I poured the milk in, I had it at 10 to heat the pot. I poured the milk in and then I had it at 6 for like a couple minutes and then I
oh my
lowered it to
God.
4. And
That's
so,
definitely different from how I do it.
well, I made a mistake. I put it at 6 instead of 4 because you
Oh yeah.
really want. you really want to um keep it at a low temperature because it will. I'm gonna. There's a possibility when I take this out, it'll be really hard to clean the pot because that milk can um, stick to the pot if
Yeah.
you're careful. It um the the lower one thing I always like to do is bring the milk out and so it's more at room temperature than straight from the fridge. So, but look, when I stir this, you can see the stuff is starting to stick to there. That's if you don't be careful. That's the skin you get on the top if you don't. But I don't know. I don't really again care for milk, but I make a lot of cheese. I love cheese. But I've never made it from powdered milk or that I know of because I remember as a kid going in and pulling out the gallon of milk from the fridge and drinking some and then looking at the use by date and it was like a year in the past. And I found out mom had been making powder milk and putting it back in the jug.
That's so funny.
So there could be a time we made cheese from the milk that was, going sour in the fridge and it was really powder milk. So, all right. What's your temperature?
171. Almost
All
there.
right. Almost there. Yep. I'm so twitchy. I want to, again, I know if I have fresh milk with this particular vinegar, it takes so little to curd it. So, so you're scooping off some of your foam for later?
I'm trying to, but it wasn't really successful.
Yeah. Yeah, this one
I
it's got
might just,
foam around the edge, but
yeah,
it's
I
it's
think
that
what I'm gonna do,
thin line. You don't want to, and you can see like on the edge here, it's I got a white line there, and that right there is when I clean it out will be basically it's not burnt. That's where you want to make sure that you don't get that milk burnt. But there
yeah,
it's adhering, and if you're not careful, that's how the whole pan will be like that.
taking it apart, and I'm just kind of gonna work from another one, see if this one steams and foams up,
Just like
because I'm at 174.
yeah, I always try to just stir just the top edge, but then I end up on the bottom with
See, look at that's
or yeah,
nice.
it adheres to the pan. But any other fun facts?
I have a few, yeah.
Just
I have a
like
list of 10. I have a joke. Why did the homemade ricotta go to therapy?
why?
Because it was having a curd identity crisis.
A what?
Curd identity crisis.
It's like I don't know if that was a dad joke or a bad joke, but yes,
A little bit of both.
yeah. So you're cheesing it up.
Yeah, I'm at 176.
It's just a watch pot doesn't cheese.
Right?
Yeah, just like and it's funny, like looking at it, yeah, see it start like it's really whatever that is called, filming at the surface.
Uh,
See, look at how much I'm getting, but now
One
I've never
seventy
done this in
nine.
a double boiler.
No.
I've always thought to do that, then I wouldn't have possibly much of an issue of the cheese, sticking to the pan.
Has anyone made on your show, what is it called? Uh, Hollandaise sauce?
Ooh, I don't think so. I think we need to just do the traditional sauces, right? What is it?
Yeah,
A French cooking, like that's what you learn in cooking class,
yeah.
school.
Mornay, bechamel.
Because
Yeah.
what is it? When you make the basic hollandaise, it
Mother sauces.
yeah. Um, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, like so.
All right. I'll let you know next month. All right. So I am at 183.
Hey, uh, Suzanne, do you know how to make English lemon curd? I just came across this and I need to learn how to make it. I just like, and the other thing is, they have all these chili crunch oils. I want to make that because they're so expensive. You'll get this,
I
uh,
would love to make chili oil,
yeah,
like
little teeny
crunchy, crispy.
container. Um,
Yeah.
it's I know of. I mean, basically, if you just get some oil and pour some red chili flakes in, you get pretty good. Just doing that, you get like 90%, and it
Hmm,
costs nothing.
nice.
Um, but yeah, I have my own recipe for that because you get these little containers and it's like 12, 13, $14 for a little
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 teaspoons of it. And I eat way too much of it to buy it like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Or I'm at 185.
All right, let's do it. So,
Hold on, let me rinse my thermometer.
um, how about I do mine first because the camera's a little closer.
Okay, go for it.
Um, let's start with just a cap full so I can show you. It's like, so let me change hands there so you can see it on the camera a little better. So, was that enough? No?
No, that looks good. Sorry, I want to go back to that chili oil. If you're able to go to the farmer's market, the chili oil is very good price. It in North Carolina, it's $6 for a 3 ounce jar.
We don't have it in the farmer's market here, so
Oh, you have to
you're
have a
lucky.
place where they grow the chilies because I learned a lot of chili is rejected. So you've always seen chili as straight, but in nature, it can make a donut. It can turn in on itself like an
Oh
extreme
yeah,
banana.
funny shapes, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, and those are supposed to be thrown away, but the farmer will cut those by hand to make chili oil, and it is great price. It's the same flavor, except it was from a very ugly chili, and also the machines don't like the strange shapes for mass processing either.
Did you see how much I've been having to so this is fresh milk, how much vinegar I've been having to add and it's still not curded?
Yeah, it depends how much. Did you do a whole gallon?
No, this is just a quart. Um now do you oh there it's starting to curd. Um what was it? You do want to, do you feel like it makes a difference if it's whole milk versus low fat or
There's a matter of like
I turned it off. Look at this. You're gonna get the
richness.
camera close.
Whole
Here's
milk is a little bit richer than like a skim or a 1%. But I've
yes.
made this with almond milk. I've made it with soy milk.
So yeah,
I
this is all
haven't
I
made
could
it with
get was this
powdered.
1%. So,
Yeah,
but look at that. There it is. It's curd.
nice.
It
All
did
right.
take me about a half a cup of vinegar, which is pretty normal for this amount. And I've got it shut off now. So I
Okay.
turn it over to you.
All right. Give me 1 second. I like your idea of measuring it just so the people know.
Well, I didn't really. I just poured it in the spoon. So, but
Okay.
yeah, this big spoon.
And because this is a science experiment, I have my beaker that I stole from chem class. I didn't steal it, they gave it to me, and I just kept it when I was doing my banana experiments.
Oh,
So it hasn't had any strange chemical mixtures in it. So I am doing lime juice because that's what was readily available to me.
yeah. I find out with lemon juice, I need about a half cup per quart.
Okay.
Or
So I
I take that
have
back. A half cup, pretty much whatever this pot is. So it's like, you know,
I have 20 milliliters.
okay.
Okay, so here's mine, and I'm just gonna pour it in. Looks like it wants more. Hold on.
We don't see you now.
I set the phone down.
Oh, okay. It's like, so are you just squeezing some more lime?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
that's 20.
You're doing fresh lime? Or do you
Yeah,
have
30, 30 milliliters. No, I have this.
oh yeah, well, okay. When you said squeezing the lime, I thought you were squeezing it. But you're squeezing the little plastic one. I want
Okay, that,
do they have a funny name for like the squeezable plastic lime like that, like they have for garlic?
I
Just
don't
like
know.
plastic lime, squeeze the plastic lime. But it's it's better.
Probably.
It's better than like it's better than like these because you open this, oxygen can get in. Those squeezable ones, when they squeeze it, oxygen never gets in, so it doesn't start going bad. And so that's the advantage of the squeezable
There we
ones.
go. So that
So
was 30 milliliters, and now I have 55. So whatever. Still not enough. Give me a minute.
and the part of showing this is the older the milk, the less you need because the milk itself
And
is starting to go a little sour.
now I'm using this lemon juice, and I'm gonna go until I start to see it separate or iron out.
Just like
Oh my gosh.
you put a lot in.
Okay, there it goes. Look, separating.
Yeah. And that's where you have to be
That's
careful.
what I want.
You can pour way too much and it's because it's a chemical process.
Yep.
But, yeah. And then it starts
All
curding.
right.
And then in my
And
case, I don't have a cheesecloth, so I'm just going to pour it into this strainer.
all
And
right,
mom will
I'm
be
letting
so proud.
mine.
I'm not putting the juice down the drain. I'm saving all
And
that away.
here's my steamed milk. I'm gonna let it rest. You need to let it rest for a few minutes, I think, before pouring it out.
Here, I'll be honest with you. Look, see, I burned it. See, that was having it at too high of a temperature when I first started.
Yep.
And that's where you don't want to scrape the bottom because those bits and flavors. Because look, if I scrape the
Yep.
bottom, that's where you get that burnt flavor. By not scraping it, there's a really good chance. Well, there's very little chance that the cheese itself, unless you want it to have a slightly smoky flavor, but then you'll have these pieces in it. So I actually like this part. I will eat this separately. It's like a smoky, like smoked cheese flavor, this part here.
Yeah.
But do you want it how it did it around the edge, where it started to caramelize just slightly, but didn't burn, right?
Here's the bottom of my pan. And here's the whey. I'm gonna save it because I really wanted to make some bread later today. So
And there's while it's still hot,
use it for that.
mix your favorite
So
flavors in.
here I have my peanut butter mixture in a little bowl. And while this is still warm, because I freaking love it,
Mm, I love fresh cheese. It's so, look at this. It's so like elasticy.
yeah,
And so
great. So
this is
there,
where you can form it. You can take
and then
it,
I have
form it into a ball.
chia and flax seeds.
Man, you're going really fancy.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
it.
hungry. And then my attempt at steamed milk, and that's it.
That's not it. You just like made a quick, 30-minute gourmet dessert.
Yeah, that's my jam.
Just like I've always just made like herbed cheese, and you're over there making like.
I'm hungry.
But I think I might put some of this. I've been addicted to this lemon curd. Put a little of that on there, but all right. But see, as it cools, you can like do the. I like. Oops, where's the camera? Do these like cheese balls, and then roll it in uh, curry powder or herbs. So that's one thing I like to do. But
All right. And that's it. That's making cheese from scratch.
and yeah, a reminder again: if you go to past cooking shows, it shows us how to make the apple cider vinegar too.
All
So
right, I'll check it out.
there's my curry cheese ball.
Yum.
Drop that. All right. Any final tidbits or bad jokes?
No, I forgot to add the salt, but that's okay. Of the peanut butter and honey.
I'm gonna I love that you showed us how to make a sweet one because people don't tend to think of cheese, but
Mm,
think of ricotta. People have, ricotta with fruit, you know, all the time.
yeah.
But um, all
Not
right,
only that, but it's the base for cannolis.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Or
All right.
I gotta run. Thank you. It was fun.